Hi. If you're a returning viewer, your timestamp is in the description below. If you're a new viewer, watch this intro real quick. If you have been here, welcome back and thank you for your support. But my channel is all about the light, the positive. We do talk a lot about darkness though, because we always need that balance, right? So that contrast is always going to be there. We talk about it here. Don't ever think that I'm judging you when I do that. You're my mirror. At the end of the day, I tell everyone, even on personal readings, I tell people like, hey, like just know that I'm listening too with whatever I'm getting through the cards, along with if there's anyone else listening as well, the messages can be for them in their own way as well. So it's really just take what resonates and let go what doesn't. If there are moments where you become very confused or need some more guidance or just a reminder, I would rewatch this video, because I've been told by people that each time they watch the video, they hear it in a new way, you know, and it's because we're always growing and we're always changing. But let's get started. Okay, Scorpio. Messages for April. Isn't it crazy that it's only April and it feels like time has gone like this? But even though time has gone like this, there's been so much done. There's been so much growth. There's been so much evolution, metamorphosis. And it's only April. It kind of like makes us look at the future and be like, whoa, like it's like, I don't know. We got strength. You're facing a lot of fearful things. And when I say fearful, it's in the eyes of others. It's not your eyes when I say that. It's like people look at you and they go, whoa, you're so strong to be able to just contain yourself, you know, in such a way that is fearless and courageous and beautiful and admirable and just never ending, infinite as well. It's like it is you. You've learned so much. You've learned so much. And I think this is a great way to carry yourself. This is a great way to carry yourself. Carry yourself in this way that's fearless. And it's not aggressive either. I mean, are you kidding me? If you were aggressive to the lion would eat you. But if you see that his tail is in between his legs, meaning that the lion itself is overwhelmed, is unsure with how confident and how warm this energy feels, because they're not used to it. Fear is not used to being handled this way. And like I said, it's not aggressive. There's been a funky mood going around. It's not just with you if you've been feeling it. It's like this because of the new moon and just the planets right now. There's just a lot going on. As a collective, you know, we feed off of each other's energy, and I think you handling everything that's happening right now this way is the way to be. But once again, unaggressive. And I don't know why that keeps popping up for you, Scorpio. It's like I'm getting this, but it's like on borderline aggressive. Maybe that's why the lion can't fully trust you, because it can feel that. You're like, you're very close to the line, to the border of aggression, or maybe even for some of you, you are carrying this fearlessness, this courage, this willing to just face what's hard, what's uncomfortable in a way that is very strong-willed. Sometimes when we carry ourselves this way, like I said, for those of you that are carrying yourself like what I just said, aggressive. Sorry, if you're not drinking water, drink water, please. But okay, for those that are carrying themselves exactly what I said, and only you can admit that to yourself, Scorpio. At the end of the day, only you can admit that. And I know some of you guys can admit that and are okay with admitting that. I mean, we're talking about facing the fear, right? Like, yeah, we can admit that we can be aggressive and controlling and possessive and strong-willed. But then there are some of you that don't see it, therefore don't admit it, because they don't do enough self-reflection, enough to see it. And they just carry themselves in this funk that's always very, very foggy, not being able to see the future very clearly, and that's normal. It's not that it's there all the time, because like I said, it's not like if we can be perfect and be all the time like this fearless and courageous positive person. No, we can be fearless and courageous, but sometimes it's not a good time because we're turning against ourselves. We're our biggest bully. Like, are you kidding me? No one can hurt us, but we can hurt us. And it's so hard to see the future. It's so hard to feel like we are on the right journey. And maybe you're not, and that's okay. But it doesn't mean that you're not not either. You know what I mean? Just because you might have these negative days. It's like, are the negatives more than the positives with this whole carrying yourself courageously and fearlessly and strong-willed? Like, are you doing that in a negative state of mind most of the time, or more positive? Only you can answer that, Scorpio. But I sense that there's something here that is you're just not having a really good time with. And you're learning. I mean, I think you've been learning. Going into this year wasn't easy for you. I can sense that. Like a lot of us, it wasn't easy for you. And ever since like this new year, you've been trying to carry yourself in this new way. Because you want to be what people want, and not even just what people want. You want to be what you want to be, which is, like we just mentioned, fearless, strong. And you are these things. This wouldn't come out if it wasn't you. But how come it's really hard to have a good time more than not for some of you, but there's some sort of blockage here that you've been putting in way too much energy into something, and that's what's causing the fogness. Sorry, I'm looking at Rico, no, come here, lay down. Something is ending. something, it's like you've been putting in the work for so long into something, like putting your energy into something, and it's become super draining to the point where you feel like, well, maybe like I'll never get out of this. This is my life. Like, this is how it is. It has to be draining like this, you know? That's me. That means I'm putting in the work. But really, Scorpio, that's gonna end soon. That, at least that's what the cards are showing me, and it's only if you learn how to handle the aggression, the negative, strong-willed, controlling, possessive, short-tempered, impatient, courageous version of you. You're courageous because you're doing all of these things. You're putting in the work. But once again, look at this guy. He's like, this is my life. This is it. But within him, within this, and it doesn't have to be a guy, there's no gender, right? But within this guy is him, and he can see the future, but that's why it's hard to see the future clearly, because of this feeling of like, sorry, Rico is on a whole nother level. He's a puppy. He's like 5 months, so I'm trying to have patience with him. It's really hard. But yeah, like, but once again, but you're trying. You are. You're trying because you're not giving up. That's how you're trying. You're not giving up. Now, that whole putting in too much energy and making it feel like you're drained, and on top of that, like that's just what it is, that's gonna change. That's gonna reach its destination. It's gonna reach a change. I can see that with the 9 of Wands. And then we got the Chariot. Yeah, something's coming in. Something's going to come in, and it's going to really ask you, are you proud of yourself? And it's going to, like, it's going to make you release what you're not proud of. Like, something's coming in where this is going to challenge you in overall a good way, because even if it's not a good time, it teaches you, right? So for some of you, this change is going to come in, and you're going to be like okay, you're going to be okay with letting things go. And then some of you are not going to have a good time, you know, because that's just all you knew, or you forced yourself to think that that's all that was yours, you know, that controlling, possessive energy that I was talking about. But nonetheless, I see you coming out of this change better than ever. Better than ever. And we got the 5 of Swords. Yeah, you're gonna come out better because you're gonna feel better about yourself. It's like when you're in this negative state of mind of constantly feeling like you have to control, have to possess, have to keep in order, you know, like the moment the moment you don't have to do that anymore, it even stops old ways of thinking, old ways of feeling, old ways of handling your thoughts. So imagine that. Imagine you being able to just, for example, stop imagining you having to defend yourself constantly in situations that never existed or can exist, like that aren't just here. Just that paranoia of feeling like I have to defend myself constantly, have to defend myself, my possessions. I will face anything for it. It's like the moment we don't have to do that anymore, not only is it going to literally take away some of these, and I'm going to say responsibilities, because a responsibility shouldn't be making you feel like this, unless it's like a child. Then you need some help, with patience and stuff. But like, let's say it's a person, a grown person, or a workplace, or whatever it may be. At the end of the day, it's like only you can control you. Only you are the one who can really make yourself feel good. So it's like knowing, it's not even that either, because you guys know that, but it's like only you can sabotage you. Anything else that people throw at you is there to teach you about you and teach you about them. And it's not even just like the sabotage either. It's like the stuff within you that no one knows, the stuff within you that only close people know, the stuff within you that kills you, the guilt within you that keeps you, that you've been, either it's guilt, or because if a person is aggressive, controlling, possessive, short-tempered, impatient, it's rooted because of something. A person who is guilt-free, like full of faith, full of confidence, full of just trust and knowing in themselves, won't want to be this way, knows clearly how that's just not the way. But if you're carrying yourself like this, or if you've had moments like this, it's only because of a root. There's a root within there. And like I said, there's a change coming in. Let's get some clarity on the Chariot. What change is, like, what are we not only celebrating, but like retrieving from? Because it's like we're safe. We're safe. We got the Empress. Some of us might be breaking away from an old idea, an old like an ex, or like some of us are moving from something that we really became one with. A belief system, a person, an old version of yourselves, like something, and it was a way of loving you. It was a way of feeling good about yourself. You are going to, or have already walked away from that. And like it's reaching its, like I said, it's reaching its destination this month. Let's get some advice here. What can we do to better, help our patience and our faith, just our faith, right? Because if we keep our faith, and what are we talking about faith? It can be any God, really, but it's more like faith that you're that your trust in whatever you're putting your faith in is always going to be there for you. Whether that be your heart, whether that be an actual God or just the universe, having faith that's okay to have faith in. Like trusting in your faith. It's very difficult for people to, I don't know if it's you or someone close to you, but there's been like a debate. We got 5 of Wands. Like I'm getting like some sort of, like someone's ego was triggered, and it was because of just simply being in the moment. And let's say it's this aggression that we're talking about. Someone is tired of it, or someone just throws fuel in the fire, doesn't help you out, doesn't remove themselves, or tries to be a better person, because people can do that to teach you when you're having one of these moments. But if you're just being surrounding yourself with a person or people who don't help you, who can't help you because perhaps they just they have their own reasons, they're their own people, I think the best advice for that, in case you do end up facing that this month, facing some sort of drama, right? It's a great way to just learn to be quiet in that whole moment. I don't perceive you guys being super talkative anyway. Maybe not talkative, like in talking shit, because how much like it's just not worth it most of the time. But I don't know, something this month is going to test your aggression when it comes up to you and people, or a loved one. Family, perhaps. What does the universe want you to know? What does the universe want you to know, knowing all of this? What does the universe want you to know? Wheel of Fortune. This month has so much potential, Scorpio. So much potential, not only with money, but with mental growth, emotional growth, the stuff within, the philosophical stuff. Because the money and the work, even though that is very important too, we don't take that when we die. And I think you guys know that. That's why you guys are trying a new approach to this whole philosophical stuff within this year. And it's been challenging, but this month has a lot of highlights and good moments for you to relish in. Just know that each time you relish, though, real talk, each time you relish in the good, you will be triggered by the devil, by a negative mindset. Someone might get jealous, and try to throw you some sal. The contrast will be there as you're relishing the positive. Just remember that. It's not your job, though, to criticize and control and focus, on how to protect and what to say and blah, blah, blah. It's more like learning to soak it all in, to learn to feed that new version that you want to be, that only you know how to build, only you know how to define. I hope this helped, Scorpio. I will talk to you guys soon. I'm thinking about making TikToks, like 3-minute TikToks, like a bonus for you guys. But let me know in the comments. Okay, bye.